What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. It's Brando Linick here, coming to you from my home office, and today we're going to be talking about how to start a business. I'm going to be doing a business model review, talking about how people are making money doing it, how people are really functioning with it, alright, so what the business actually entails, the equipment, all that and more. And this is going to be kind of not broad, but very detailed. And the title we're talking about, the business we're talking about, is a distillery business. So if you're thinking about alcohol, you're thinking about gin, you're thinking about vodka, you're thinking about rum, that is really what we're talking about. Not necessarily rum, but you're talking about gin, vodka. Okay, these two alcohols, you can start your own distillery, but I will tell you this much: you have to legally first be able to operate it, whether that's currently in your home, which can be very dangerous. Usually it's in like a warehouse facility type of setting, alright. But with the business model, from a business model review, I want to make this very clear for those of you who are looking at this, not because maybe you have a passion with gin and tonic and you have a passion for vodka, alright, if that's like your passion, that's awesome. But for those of you who are looking at this from a business perspective, to build a business, to build an income, alright, there's a couple key factors you got to keep in mind if you're looking at it from that perspective, to quit your job and do this to be your own boss, alright, because when you're dealing with a facility, having gotten around people who have done this, close people who I've been associated with in business over the last like 3.5 years, having seen them start out, okay, just as a little idea, and they actually started out, funny enough, illegally. They didn't operate legally their business, and they started out in their garage, and then they eventually legalized their business, alright? They got the patents, they got the applications, the license, and then they moved into a warehouse setting, alright? And they're able to operate from there. I will tell you this much though: the amount of craft you got to put into it, the supplies, the equipment, the employees of operating a distillery business, okay, whether it's for vodka or gin or any type of alcohol beverage, alright, it's a lot of work, and it can take a lot out of your time. The person who I'm referring to who had done this, who I'm good friends with, they really started it because they wanted to be their own boss. They wanted to create an income, and now they have a lot of employees. They're working around the clock nonstop, and now they're trying to escape out of it. I'm not telling you that that's going to happen to you, but it's what entails with the business model: supplies, equipment, employees, okay, all this and more. So it's not necessarily the upfront investment you got to keep in mind, it's the time investment you're putting into the business in this little review here that you got to keep in mind, which is why if you are looking at this, first and foremost, you're going to want to consult with your town, your city, alright? You want to consult with people who are in your city. And I'm not talking about like your neighbors or anything. You want to consult with like the lawyers, alright? You want to consult with a judge, alright, to see if you're actually legal to operate in that setting. Sometimes if there is a distillery that's near, in a close location, close to your operating, then they won't allow you to do it, okay? So there has to be certain distilleries in certain areas, and that's at least what I know from my perspective on this and my experience. But if you're looking at this to build a business and to build an income, really just to be your own boss, if that is the case, I would actually advise you, before you take this on, alright, starting your own distillery business, dealing with supplies, equipment, employees, all that and more, which, I'm being honest with you, can drain the life out of you, then I've got a lead I want to throw your way. And my experience with this goes back 12 months ago. It was like 12, 15 months ago when I came across a person who was building a business and an income without supplies, without equipment, without employees, alright? So they didn't have that. They didn't have a warehouse, alright? They didn't deal with any of those things. And because they were doing this without those things, building a business on the internet from home, which is not the only way to go. If I told you that, I'd be fooling myself. But because they were doing this without cold prospecting, building an income in business right from their laptop computer, I started to model and copy what they're doing. They had the leverage to pick up, travel to another country, and be able to build their business and income at the same time, so it was really attractive to me. And in less than 3 months after that, I was able to create a full-time income business for myself, working part-time. Those aren't average or typical results. I decide not to be average or typical, but I share that with you strictly because if you want to build a business and an income, and you want to do so to be your own boss, to quit your job, to be in control of your finances, to retire your wife, or retire your husband, I would strongly encourage you, learn to build a business on the internet. Learn how to build a truly leveraged, flexible, and time leveraging business, all right, where you can do what you want when you want, but you still got to put in work. You still got to learn some things. This isn't just a joyride, all right, but where you don't have to deal with supplies, equipment, employees. You can learn to leverage the internet to do that heavy lifting for you, and where you can learn to attract people into your business rather than go out and chase them down. So I hope you enjoyed it. That's just my little 2 cents, my little review in this video. If you like this kind of stuff, you'd like to learn more information about building a business and income online from home, if you're coachable and trainable, you can check out my site down below. It's 123marketingtips.com. The link will be in the description. You'll see a video there from myself explaining exactly how I've done this, how you can do it too. After that, you'll see a video there of my partner and good friend who shared this with me going back like 15 months ago, and how they're currently still traveling and building a business at the same time, which is pretty cool. Again, not average, not typical results. They did put in work. They did learn some things. But if you're not afraid of that, I will see you on the other side. And for those of you who don't connect with me, that's still cool. I look forward to seeing your success story and seeing you on the beaches of the world. Take care.